Good afternoon to you. This is Will of Justice, a program brought to you by the Acjl State Administration of Criminal Justice Monitoring Committee and Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action Prawa, with the support of the Open Society Initiative for West Africa (OSIWA) and Acjl State Justice Reform Team. My name is Ifeanyi Awa. I need to know that this program comes your way Tuesdays from 3:30 p.m. It is meant to help you better understand the administration of Criminal Justice Law 2017. And every week we bring a guest who tends to explain to us better and breaks this law down to us. And today I've got a special guest who, he's always been coming around, but today we get to hear him speak on behalf of his organization. When I come up from this break, I will introduce my guest on the show. Welcome, and this is Will of Justice. Welcome back to Will of Justice, and just like I told you earlier, I've got a special guest in the house today, and today we're talking about Prawa, looking at Prawa, that is the Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action, in regards to the Acjl. But please allow me to introduce Kelechi Imo, who is the Associate Program Officer of Prawa. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Hawaii. It's always a pleasure to be here.
All right. So you're always coming around. He comes around. He says he's the part of the monitoring committee. Today he gets to speak on behalf of his organization. So for those of us who just hear about Prawa, Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action. First of all, let's start off with what is Prawa? What is the idea behind Prawa? What are they all about?
Okay, as the name entails, Prawa is Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action. Mm-hmm. We look at the welfare of ex-inmates, mm-hmm. how we can reintegrate them back into the society, and how we can see, because most of the time, one of the problems inmates do have when they leave the correctional centers mm-hmm. is this neglect. There is a way the society look at them. They look at them, this guy, he came out from prison, he's not a good person. So there's this stigmatization and all that. So we are bridging the gap. We are trying to see what we can do to rehabilitate them in form of skill acquisition, in form of employment, whatever we can do to make them reintegrate them back into the society. That's basically what we do.
Now, when we look at the prisons and we look at what they do, sometimes you see them, just like you said, they go through different skill acquisition programs. Are they all organized by Prawa? We used to think it was the prison service, the correctional facilities that organize this, or is this just the responsibility of Prawa?
Well, the correctional service also organizes such, but my organization does the bigger part of it. Like just before coming into the studio, I was just coming from there. I had this one-on-one discussion with some inmates. You can imagine there are some people who are there languishing. Some of them because they stole goat. I'm telling you, I had one today, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" And you see this person staying there 1 year, 2 years, without nobody even coming to speak for this person. So my organization also facilitates their release, a way of getting pro bono lawyers and all those people to really come in and intervene for all these people who cannot really fend for themselves, especially those of them who committed petty offenses. Because you discover that you can't steal goat and be in jail for 1 year. It doesn't make any sense. What of telling that person to, from because of this crime, can you sweep, let's say, from this particular place to this street?
That's like, in form of community service.
It's community service. That's what I'm saying. Than staying in jail for 1 year. You see, I saw a child of 15 years in jail. I asked him, "What are you doing here? How did you even come in here?" He stole frame. Are you getting me? And he's just been there for 4 months. Frame. It's crazy. There are so many cases you see in there. As of today, I spoke with 30 of them, one-on-one discussion to know their. So this is what my organization does, and God is helping us.
Right now, if you look at what you do, if you go look at what your organization does, and look at the Administration of Criminal Justice Law 2017, they work hand in hand, because the idea behind that law is to make sure that there is speedy dispensation of justice.
Exactly.
And those who are, innocent, or maybe those who were guilty of an offense but shouldn't be there, do not stay as long as not as the normal time would be, and all that stuff. Now, how long has your organization been around?
Well, we've been around for quite some time, since '93.
Okay.
It's
been a while.
It's been a while. Okay, and we've been working. Okay, and we're even more lucky that my lord, the Chief Judge of the state, is particularly interested. Okay, he's working hard through the Ministry of Justice to see how we can get some of these petty offenders have some soft landing and leave them out of here. Because one of the challenges the correctional services have is the congestion. So this is also a way of decongesting the correctional services.
All right, now let's look at the Administration of Criminal. All right, let's go to the Administration of Criminal Justice Law. And how does this law help your organization achieve its aim?
Yes, the law helps us in a very large way, because one, we are not the lawyers. We don't go to court.
Sorry, before you continue, yes, I was going to ask you, but since you brought it up right now, Prawa isn't made up of lawyers. Or do you have members who are lawyers also?
We also have members who are lawyers. But personally, I'm not a lawyer.
All right. So anyone who as long as you have what are the criteria for being part of Prawa?
Well, criteria, one, you must be a human being.
Okay.
You must be a human being, and of course you must be on ground. You must be someone who have this empathy. You should have this show of empathy. You must have human face. And secondly, you must have this ability to coordinate and speak with human beings. It's just that they are in prison. So
right. So you do not have to have a law degree to be part of it.
No, it's not. I'm not a lawyer. I'll give you as an example. I'm not a lawyer, but we work with the Ministry of Justice, Legal Aid, and the DPP. All of them, we work hand in hand with them in order to achieve this very noble motive.
So you were saying, let's go back to how the law, the Administration of Criminal Justice Law, has helped your organization, or is helping your organization achieve its goals.
For me, the criminal justice is helping us a lot, because it's like it's like a kind of a benchmark of which we are acting. Okay, because currently in the States, we are working hand in hand with the Ministry of Justice and the judiciary generally to see how far we can go in order to discover first and identify all those of them who fall into the bracket of petty offenders. That's what we are concentrating on.
Okay, you've talked so much about petty offenders. Does that mean Prawa's concern is primarily on petty offenders?
Yes.
So Prawa's you look at those who have committed little offenses, not those who have committed the bigger ones.
Exactly. No, we look at the bigger ones, but the major concentration at the moment is petty offenses. At the moment. Yes.
Right. Well, if you're just tuning in, this is Will of Justice. I'm speaking with Kelechi Uimo, who is the Associate Program Officer of the Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action Prawa, and they are one of the brains behind this particular program, Will of Justice. And as you already know, it is also brought to you by the Abia State Administration of Criminal Justice Monitoring Committee, and also with the support of the Open Society Initiative of West Africa and the Abia State Justice Reform Team. I'm looking at Prawa in regards to the Administration of Criminal Justice Law. Most time we just call Prawa, we talk about Prawa, and people just hear it and they do not know what it's all about. And now we understand that Prawa is into helping prisoners when it comes to skill acquisition and all the stuff. Now, what if when the prisoners leave the correctional facilities?
Okay.
Does your organization still play a role there?
Yes.
When after they leave, or is it just when they are in there?
We officially is after they've left, but we go the extra mile, or also trying to engage them while they are in jail. Yeah.
Okay. So your organization should officially deal with these persons when they are out of prison.
Exactly.
But you go the extra mile by coming in
when they are in jail too, because some of them can be in jail for as long as 4 years. Okay, so you can't be in jail for 4 years doing nothing. So it's also an opportunity for you to learn one trade. You can learn tailoring, you can learn shoemaking, and some of them sew very beautiful clothes.
So how does your organization come in after they leave the correctional facilities?
Okay, like we are like facilitators, okay, and secondly, we try to engage them, we identify them, we make a list, and we take it off from there.
Right. So do you go as far as providing them with jobs?
Yes,
or linking them up with opportunities like that?
We don't just we create that platform for them to learn a skill, acquire a skill. We pay for that.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the day, we empower them. For example, let's just say you learned how to make clothes. At the end of the day, we empower you by giving you all the equipments you need to make a successful tailors outside there. Secondly, we can also give them cash for those of them who go into businesses. We try to get proposals for you and try to establish some form of businesses for you, because one thing I have discovered from ex-inmates is the society view them as
dangerous.
Not just dangerous, there's this stigmatization. They try to isolate them, so it's not just good. So we try to make them feel comfortable when they leave the facility.
I know in doing this you have to work with those other correctional facilities, so
of course,
how's the cooperation been?
Oh, wonderful. The controller of prison of correctional center here, he has been so wonderful. He has been so kind and so generous. We work hand in hand in them, and they have been very, very helpful. I must say, they have been.
All right, we'll take a very quick break, and we'll come back continue this conversation. And also, I believe there's also an event coming up very soon, which we'll also talk about.
The workshop.
When we do come back. This station is still Wheel of Justice. When we'll come back, we'll continue our discussion with Kelechi Imo. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Wheel of Justice. My name is Ifeanyi Awa, and don't forget this program is brought to you every Tuesday from 3:30. It's brought to you by the Abia State Administration of Criminal Justice Monitoring Committee and Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action Prawa, with the support of the Open Society Initiative for West Africa (OSIWA) and Abia State's Justice Reform Team. And I've been speaking with Kelechi Imo, who is the Associate Program Officer of the Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action Prawa, and he's been enlightening me of the role that Prawa plays when it comes to the rehabilitation of prisoners. Why we go on? If you love to call it, to ask questions pertaining to this organization, also you're allowed this right to answer 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. Again, 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. Now, just like I was speaking earlier, before I go over to the workshop coming up very soon, the organization has been around for a while and been playing a role in this. Now, I know there are always going to be challenges faced. What few challenges faced by the organization when it comes to rehabilitation of these persons in the correctional facilities?
Well, I must say that the challenge there is sometimes the prisoners are in a hurry to leave. Okay, they're in a hurry. You see some of them abandoning the training and leaving. So these are part of the.
Sorry, when you mean leaving, you mean leaving the correctional facilities?
Yeah, once they are set free. For example, I'm talking about those people who have been set free.
Yeah.
Okay, we try to absorb them to go into some kind of training. You now discover that some of them, instead of concentrating on the training, they leave. They run away from the training. You get it? So it's at their own loss. So that's part of the challenges we face, basically.
So now you're talking about those who engaged in this the program after leaving. What of those who were part of the program while in the correctional facility?
We take their details. We reach out to them
after they
have been discharged.
Okay, now
we empower them.
Let me coin it this way: an inmate is part of this program, maybe joins like 6 months to the end of his time, and doesn't get to finish up his training, but is set free, do you continue with this person?
Yes, we do.
After
we do.
Okay,
we do. We'll make sure that you complete, especially those of them who are dedicated. We cherish them a lot, because at the end of the day, we don't just train you, we try to package you.
What of those who write exams? And is that, does your organization look at that angle too?
For school?
Yes.
Maybe we do, but I'm just talking from practical experiences.
Okay.
The ones I have been directly involved in.
All right. Now let's go over to the workshop that you have coming up very soon. What are the details behind it?
Well, it's educating the people on the criminal justice system. The topic, the theme is repositioning Abia State justice sector for a better justice delivery. This is by the Ministry of Justice.
Okay.
It's happening on the 17th of December 2020 at the Acjl Auditorium.
Right. So
That's just basically that.
You told me something during the break, but I wouldn't bring all that up right now. But the thing is, your team worked hand in hand with the Ministry of Justice.
Yes, we work. In fact, we work with the Ministry of Justice. We work with the police.
You are not under the Ministry of Justice, are you?
No, we are not.
Okay.
We are not.
Just need to clear that part.
No, we are not. We are an NGO.
Okay.
So we work hand in hand. There is this beautiful synergy we have with the Ministry of Justice, with the Correctional Service, with the police. In fact, with every arm that has to do with law enforcement. In fact, currently, from tomorrow, God willing, we'll be going into a human rights training for police officers in the state, anywhere you are, because a lot of things have happened this year, coupled with the NSAS protest and all that. So we're going to train some of these policemen on human rights. So we do all this. Yeah.
Now, because we are almost out of time when it comes to this, but I'm interested in the angle when you talked about those persons, those inmates who discovered petty offenders who get to stay for longer periods than they should. How does your organization come into this to make sure that maybe they are released?
Yes, we that's where the Ministry of the legal aid comes in.
Okay.
The council, they come in. DPP, they all come in. We try to see how we can help them, because like I said, we are like facilitators. Okay, we are at the background. We try to give them the moral support they need to actually go in and speak for these people who should not be in jail wasting. So like I told you, I had practical experiences of people who are in jail staying there for 4 years for crimes they never committed. Are you getting me? And the ones that you think committed a crime, in this country, people go to jail for assault, slap. You see the person is staying in jail for 1 year, 2 years. I saw them myself. They are there. Are you getting me? So some of the, if I'm not there, I'm sure you won't have known that some of these things exist. So you see a lot of, especially young people, 15, 16, 17, 18 years of age, staying in prison and languishing, staying there for almost 4 years without doing anything, and nobody is coming to speak with them. And some of them also, they've been granted bail, but nobody is there to act as a grantor or something. So this is where we come in, and we try to do our best as an organization.
All right. Quickly before we run out of here, how do people get in touch with you? Do people have to get in touch with your organization? Is there a way they can?
Yes, you can. Our office is in Bender Road.
Okay.
Just the building after Hampet Filling Station. You don't look for it. We are the last floor. That's Prawa office.
Okay.
You could. I find it difficult to give it out my number, but you could if they want it.
If you can. If you want.
Okay. My number is 006 539 5807.
Just call it one more time, please.
006 539 5807.
All right. So Prawa is in all states in the country.
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you very much, Kelechi Imo, for coming. I now get to see you more.
Of course.
I see you every time.
You see me every time.
So I was speaking with Kelechi Imo, the Associate Program Officer of the Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action Prawa. I was talking about the role they play. I'm working with the help of the Acjl, which makes it easier for speedy dispensation of justice and also makes it easier for these persons to be out of there quicker and also continue with their rehabilitation on the streets. Now, the Wheel of Justice, don't forget, comes your way 3:30 every Tuesday, and this is brought to you by the Abia State Administration of Criminal Justice Monitoring Committee and Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action Prawa, with the support of the Open Society Initiative for West Africa, OSIWA, and Abia State Justice Reform Team. My name is still Ifeanyi Awa. Thank you very much for being with us on today's episode. Till next week Tuesday, we'll bring a fresh episode to you. I want to say thank you very much, and do have a great day ahead.